Hi everyone, just thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a quick life update. Can you believe it? I am now 8 months post my r3Tatouille clinical trial. If this is the first time you've come to my page and you're wondering what on earth a r3Tatouille clinical trial was, that's a code word that we need to use here for a triple agonist clinical trial that I was in that contained GLP, GIP and glucagon. If you still don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link in my bio that will give you a bit more of an in-depth background. So 8 months now post-trial, so really feeling like I guess I've kind of settled into things. Weight is staying stable. So when I was looking at a maintenance range, I decided to just go with my lowest weight on the trial and then add a couple of kgs or a couple of lbs to that. So normally sitting between 57 and 59 kgs or 125 to 130 lbs. So from that perspective, yes, I am maintaining. However, what I've noticed in the last month is that I am tending to sit more on the higher end of that. And I have been feeling a little bit hungrier than usual as well. Now, it's winter here in Australia. And, that's normal for me to feel like I want to eat a bit more in winter. And I'm looking for those warmer, more comforting foods. So I'm guessing that it is probably that. But I haven't, I guess, completely ruled out in the back of my mind that maybe I might at some stage need to increase my dose. Currently I'm sitting on 0.5 of the single agonist sema once a week, and that's working well for me. So I think this is another month of watch and learn. Recently, I was on a live with the lovely Deb Cooperman, and I was talking a little bit about my experience and how not only was I a patient in a clinical trial, but I've also previously been a nurse looking after clinical trial patients as well. And so I guess that gave me a little bit more of an advantage in that I knew pretty much how clinical trial worked before I went in. I knew the different phases. I knew the difference between an investigational trial and an observational trial, what inclusion and exclusion criteria might mean. But I thought perhaps it might be helpful to some of you if you've got any questions about clinical trials, how to get into them, how to work out if it's the right clinical trial for you. Please feel free to drop some questions in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. And hopefully my background on both sides of the fence, so to speak, will be helpful. Once again, everyone, thanks again so much for your support, and I wish you all a great day. Bye.